A very good evening. Welcome to Prime TV News on Friday, the 4th of October, with me, Iftiar Abdul Kader. Your headlines first. President Maithripala Sirisena says the country has been able to achieve many victories in the control of drugs. Prime Minister claims a massive leap forward based on positive reforms is needed for a rapid growth in an export-oriented digital economy. Elections chief has warned of those violating election laws. And on news overseas, death toll climbs to 27 in the Iraqi protests. Your top story this evening. The appeals court today rejected the petition challenging the citizenship of presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Civil rights activists Professor Chandragupta Tenuara and Gamini Viyangoda petitioned court arguing that Mr. Rajapaksa's dual citizenship certificate issued after obtaining Sri Lankan citizenship in 2005 was invalid. The Criminal Investigation Department previously told the court that the Immigration Department had informed them that dual citizenship matters had been handled by the Defence Ministry in 2005. Accordingly, the petitioners claimed that the certificate had been issued by former President Mahinda Rajapaksa when the Cabinet of Ministers had not been functioning. However, President's counsel Romesh De Silva, appearing for Rajapaksa, argued that former President Rajapaksa, who was the executive president at that time, could exercise the powers of ministers when a cabinet was not functioning. President Maithripala Sirisena states that the country has been able to achieve many victories in the control of drugs. The president laid this emphasis at a function held at Nalanda College, Colombo. A ceremony was held at Nalanda College, Colombo to pay tribute to Dr. Sarath Samarage, a Nalandian who had been honored with a knighthood by the Queen Elizabeth. Dr. Sarath Samarage is also the president of the St. John's organization in Sri Lanka and the Sri Lanka NGO for drug abuse. It is significant to note that Dr. Sarath Samarage, who plays a significant role in the medical field of Sri Lanka, is the chairman of the prevention organization of the Joint Federation of NGOs against drug abuse. The Queen of England every year honors distinguished individuals with knighthoods. This time, knighthoods were awarded to 20 persons spread throughout the world. Dr. Sarath Samarage is the only Asian to be honored with a knighthood among them. Accordingly, he won the rank of knight in the parish of St. John. On the 19th September this year, the Duke of Holster was honored at St. John's Church in London. The president congratulated Dr. Sarath Samarage for the services he has done for the country and presented him with a memento. In honor of his visit to Nalanda College, school principal Tilak Vattuheva presented a memento to the president. Thereafter, addressing the function that followed, President Maithripala Sirisena pointed out that as a result of the drug racket, throughout his political life, he continuously gave leadership to overcome the massive destruction caused to the country. On to a headline-making story. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has pointed out that a massive leap forward based on positive reforms is needed for a rapid growth in an export-oriented digital economy. The Prime Minister said that the government is committed to investing 500 billion rupees over the next 5 years to implement those plans. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe made this statement during a special discussion held at Temple Trees. The discussion was held with the representatives of the Sri Lanka Chamber of Commerce. The proposal made by the Sri Lanka Chamber of Commerce to build the local economy was discussed at this meeting. The Prime Minister further stated that the government has accepted the challenge of bringing the country to a great economic level by easing its debts. The Prime Minister also pointed out that by fast forwarding, it would be able to escape the debt burden by the year 2030. Everyone believed that an export-oriented economy could achieve these new employment and income avenues. The practical issues and difficulties faced in starting a business were also discussed. The Chamber of Commerce representatives pointed out the urgent need to provide all services through one hub. They had a lengthy discussion on a number of sectors. The importance of reaching a common agreement in consultation with other sections on the reforms to be carried out was also emphasized at this discussion. The Prime Minister also spoke about the trade opportunities surrounding the Kandy-Colombo-Hambantota highways and the economic development plan in the north and the east. You're watching Prime TV News, and still on the local scene, Elections Commission Chairman Mahinda Deshapriya has said that election laws will be enforced to the letter. He made this reference during a program to brief the actions of certain private media channels. Mahinda Deshapriya said that this is the presidential election in which the highest number of candidates had placed their deposits. No such deposits had been made earlier. All 25 are contesting, considering that they can win the election. Under these circumstances, the expenditure they will have to incur is very high. They will have to set up temporary huts as classrooms. Large halls will have to be found for the counting of votes. Only posters mentioning the venue of a place can be put up. The venue, the names of speakers, and time of the meeting can only be mentioned. The name of the candidate and the election symbol can be printed. The posters mentioning the place of the meeting can be put up only in that location, but not in other areas. The Elections Commission chairman said that the election is being held for the people. If complaints are made, they would inquire from both parties. The stakeholders in the election are political parties. There are private channels dedicated to several candidates. He said not to do too much on giving publicity to a candidate. The media was briefed on the arrangements made by the police for the presidential election. Police media spokesman SP Ruan Gunasekara said that a divisional operations center has been set up in every police division. It will entertain complaints and inquire into them with respect to the presidential election. Senior DIG of the Western Province, Jagat Abesiri Gunawardana, has been appointed as the senior DIG in charge of elections. Still on election-related news, all schools in 3 divisions within the Colombo Education Zone and 3 schools within the Sri Javardhanapur Education Zone will be kept closed on Monday the 7th. This decision has been taken as it is on this day that nominations are being accepted for the presidential election. All schools within the Borella, Colombo South and Colombo Central in the Colombo Education Zone will be kept closed on the day the nominations are being accepted. The President's College in Rajagiriya, the Heva Vitharana Vidyalaya and the Heva Vitharana Model Junior School coming under the Sri Javardhanapura Zone also will be kept closed. Meanwhile, several roads including Sarana Mavata will be kept closed for security reasons on the day the nominations are being accepted for the presidential elections. This is mainly because of the allocation of space for the parking of vehicles of party activists who are coming to the election secretariat along with the candidates. The police said that another person who had received training with Zahran has been arrested. This person who had received training with Zahran in the Hambantota area was arrested from Ambepitia in Beruala. The police said that he was apprehended after an analysis of telephone numbers of a terrorist suspect who was earlier taken into custody. Meanwhile, an Indian national has been arrested at the Katunayaka International Airport along with ice narcotics. This Indian national suspect had arrived in the island from Chennai. 1 kilogram of ice narcotics was recovered from his possession. Airport Customs said that the value of the narcotics was around 15 million rupees. In the meantime, the Navy had recovered a haul of high-powered explosives from the Kurunagar area. During an inspection of a suspicious parcel, the explosives were packed securely in 4 packages. The Navy said that they recovered 1 kilogram and 30 grams of explosives. The Supreme Court today dismissed a petition seeking to invalidate the Gazette, announcing that the presidential election would be held on November 16th. Meanwhile, General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party said that their party had no links with this petition. Delivering the verdict, the Supreme Court said that there is no legal basis to take up the petition for consideration. Former Mayor of Galle, Metsiri De Silva, had submitted the petition to the court. The petitioner had requested the court to issue an order suspending the calling of nominations on the 7th of October. He had mentioned in his petition that the president's term of office is 6 years, and if it was limited to 5 years, it would hinder the sovereignty of the people. Meanwhile, General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, parliamentarian Dayasiri Jayasekara, has said that neither the president nor the Sri Lanka Freedom Party had any links to this petition. Joining in the ITN Sangvadaya program yesterday, Dayasiri Jayasekara said that there is a right for anyone to approach the judiciary. On his way to this program, he said he wanted to find out as to who had filed this petition. He said that Metsiri is one of their organizers. He was unaware that he had been removed. As the General Secretary of the SLFP, he said he was unaware of it. He said that he was not consulted about the matter. Minister Akila Viraj Karyavasam has said that the present government had discharged a massive service to the education sector. The minister made this reference participating in a function organized to felicitate teachers and principals who are dedicated to the development of the school children. The function was titled Guru Pratibha Prabha 2019. 110 Parivenadipati monks and principals, as well as 157 lecturers and teachers were feted at the event. Minister Akila Viraj Karyavasam said that during these 5 years, they had effected many changes in the education sector. The government launched the Nearest School is the Best School program, and nearly 200 buildings were put up. Digital schools were set up, 3,000 laboratories were established, and even human resources were provided to schools. Recruitments that had not been done earlier in a streamlined manner were carried out in a formal manner during this period. 4,000 grade 3 principals were recruited. 3,900 were recruited last week. 3,880 sports coaches were recruited. Recruitments to colleges of education were increased, and the number recruited was 8,000. Allowances given to student recipients were increased from 3,500 to 5,000 rupees. The minister said that the government had taken many progressive initiatives. A 5-member committee has been appointed to investigate and report as well as take suitable action with respect to the Easter Sunday attacks. The committee has been appointed by the President. Appeals Court Judge Janak De Silva is heading this committee. The other members of the committee are Appeals Court Judge Nisanka Bandula Karunaratna, retired Appeals Court Judge Nihal Sunil Rajakaruna, retired High Court Judge Bandula Kumara Atapattu, and retired Ministry Secretary WMMR Adhikari. Secretary of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry, HMBP Herat, said that the committee will accept public complaints until the 14th of this month. Business News is up next. Shilpa Abhimani 2019, the Presidential Handicrafts Competition, Exhibition and Awards Ceremony, showcasing the collective and creative conscience of Sri Lanka's traditional and contemporary handicrafts, kicked off at BMICH. It was organized by the National Crafts Council along with the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Shilpa Abhimani is held annually to uplift the socio-economic status of handicraftsmen and to protect, promote and honor their artistic talents. The exhibition, which began yesterday, will run until 6th October from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. In addition, it will also have an international crafts festival where craftsmen representing countries including India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Oman, Thailand and Iran will showcase their handicrafts. Parallel to this event, Shilpa Navoda, the All-Island School Handicrafts Competition Awards Ceremony, a concept developed by the current NCC President Heshani Satish Bogolagama in collaboration with the Education Ministry since 2017, has also been a massive success, with the number of children taking part each year increasing. Accordingly, Shilpa Navoda has been able to identify hidden talents in handicrafts and to encourage them to preserve the local handicrafts culture and tradition for the next generation. Kavishka Chamod of Kagala Mulagoda Jayapala College won the award of the school category. That's the lot from the Prime TV News desk. For more information, visit www.itnews.lk. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.